Not long ago, Nazaruddin Nabi said there are teams in the PSL that are refusing to sell them players. Well, it turns out that Cape Town Spurs decided that they are not going to sell. There's a player called, what's the name of the player, Ganja? He's called Asanele Velepai, right? So I want us to talk about all of this together with that, the fact that it has been confirmed that Captain Spurs, in fact not City, do not want to sell Velepai to Kaiser Chiefs. Another interesting story is the fact that we also need to talk about Kaiser Motawong. In fact, let's jump Kaiser Motawong. Let's go to why we signed Augustin Sereno. It's another topic. So if we do have enough time, that's a topic that I need also to cover as well. Jabo Mahlangu defend Umfundo Vilakazi and say, listen, Mfundo Vilakazi must be defended and like against all the people that are saying whatever they want to say against Mfundo Vilakazi. Mfundo Vilakazi needs to be defended. Gavin Simango spoke about how Nazaruddin Nabi is doing things differently at Kaiser Chiefs. So those are some of the things that I think that are worth talking about. The fact that Tuchabo Mahlangu, he is saying, I'm reading here, is like, no, I hear you guys are talking about, like, now starting to, look, I hear you guys are busy, Mfundo Vilakazi, Maswangai, no, it's like, no, animeni kancane. Man, maninje kancane, ningatatazeli, right? Well, I want us to also to relax, do not that azal, because we will have to talk about a lot of things in this video, including all the stories that I've just told you. Maybe let's go to the one Cape Town, Cape Town Spurs. To me, I don't understand why are they Cape Town Spurs they rejected, because there was an article released by Disky Times. They said that Cape Town Spurs reject Kaiser Chiefs' offer. And I said to myself, why? Okay, listen to this one. Listen to this one. Cape Town Spurs have rejected another offer from Kaiser Chiefs for attacking midfielder Asanele Velepai. The 21-year-old has been the subject of transfer speculation for the past few months, with Kaiser Chiefs and Stellenbosch among his suitors. So there's a competition. I need to remind you of what coach Captain Spurs once said, Ernest Middendorp. He spoke about the fact that there are players that he will need to sell, which obviously making money for the business, which is Captain Spurs. But before we can continue talking about them making money and everything, I think we do need to do the following. If you are not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Come on, good people, because to subscribe it is free, to like the video it is free, to comment in the comment section below it is free of charge, to click the notification bell it is free of charge, to share this video it is free of charge, to watch this video until the end it is free of charge. Also, good people, come on, to watch the ads it's free of charge, and that's how you financially contribute to this YouTube channel. Speaking about financially contribution to the channel, you can become a member of this YouTube channel from as little as 20 Rand a month. You can also use the super thanks button. In case you don't want to do that, guys, there is a way where you can use my media company banking details to donate to the channel, and you know what I'm saying, will bring you more, and also guys want to buy more equipment. So the power is in your hands. Please do the honorable thing as we proceed. Let's start with Given Msimang in an article. Look, in fact, as quoted by if I post, he said the following: what you see is what you get from Coach Nabi, a straightforward person, highly demanding of performances on the pitch, but more importantly, a father figure. You can always go to him for advice if there's certain things you don't understand when it comes to football. With time, we will understand him better. We are still learning him. makes a lot of sense, but it also brings me pleasure to hear that players are saying he is open to talk to us. And that brings me pleasure. Obviously, a coach who's new, I mean, honestly speaking, people are bound not to understand the coach. There's another thing as well that I think it is very important to speak about. People are saying, hey, Tito, Masangai, or from Orlando Parity, this and this, yeah. Look, Jabu Masango, and Menganan. And Menganan on Fundo Villagazi, yeah, Fundo Villagazi is useless. But hey, please. Maninjanan. Okay, so let's go into, let's talk about Jabu Masang. He said, if we're speaking about Mfundo Vilakazi, I think firstly, he is a Kaizer Chiefs material. Udokunesbi is brave for him to do that in front of that crowd. Let's give him credit for that. Because, I mean, Mfundo Vilakazi, despite his age, he's done incredibly in terms of not being afraid. In terms of him not being afraid. I think we don't give him credit for that. So it is very important that we do give him credit for that. But then Masango says, that's the character of Kaizer Chiefs players. From generation to generation who have this character. From teenage Dladla, Esintoleng, to Dr. Kumalo, to Tiki Tawamoki, to Jabupule, to Stanton Fredericks. Our skill, back then, these kinds of skills will not be the same. People need to understand that. The skills of Ace Ntsoleng, Jomo Sono, you remember how they used to do it? They will stand on the ball and things, but they were still good. They were skillful players. Oh, my God. So, do you see what I'm trying to say? I know you don't. You don't see what I'm trying to say. Listen to what he then goes on to say about Mfundo Vilakazi. He says, Mfundo, do what you do best. You have the talent. The coach believes in you, and you will help our game to grow. Be a better player. So for me, I want him to. I want him to eat because we don't have players like that. Get the crowd on their feet. As soon as the player gel together, you are going to see Mfundo Vilakazi for Kaizer Chiefs, and he is going to be one of the most important players for Kaizer Chiefs in the coming seasons. He is still young. He still has a lot to learn. He is allowed to make mistake. Oh, this man speaks like a legend. This man, who's this guy? Uchab Masang speaks like a legend. People like this, the thing that I like about, I'm looking for the other story as well, Nabi as well. But people who speaks like this, usually they will go behind the scene, correct what they need to correct, but at the same time, when they have to speak openly, they will then defend the player. Right, let's talk about this one. Looking at the market is very tight. This is Unabi speaking about the fact that teams in the PSL do not want to sell them players. Remember, we started with the story of Velepai. Now, speaking about Velepai, Captain Spurs, like the coach at some point, he alluded that they would like to sell other players. So why are they not selling those players? I don't understand. So when I saw the story today, it kind of reminded me of what the coach once said, that many players will be sold in the PSL. In other words, they are saying we are keen to develop our players when we go down again. The coach of Kaizer Chiefs, Nabi, continued to say, looking at the market is very tight, very closed. A lot of clubs do not want to release their players to us. They don't want to sell their players to us, Nabi said. However, we are still gonna have to look and find the right player that we're gonna be put on the field and give us the plus. Okay? I think a conversation needs to be had just right there when we talk about why are other teams In fact, maybe the point of departure should be: is he telling us the truth, or are they actually lying when they say these teams do not want to sell them players? Right now, Kaizer Chiefs have offered Captain Spurs a second offer, and it has been rejected. Logic dictates, and logic tells me that obviously they put. I'll make an example. They gave them the first amount. I'm making an example, which was 3 million, 5 million. They said, nope, we want more. They gave them the second improved offer, which was 7 million. And they said, nope, we want more. Why? Because they understand that Kaizer Chiefs at the same time, they're in a very, very, very tight corner. They need the players. So if you are a Kaizer Chiefs management, what do you do now that you need the players, but now at the same time, these teams are taking you from pillar to post? What do? Do you decide to let it go, or you wait? If you wait, what are you waiting for? Do you get what I'm trying to say? If you wait, what are you waiting for? But if you wait again, we're not gonna, I don't know, maybe people will do, but me, if Nabi gets to fail at Kaizer Chiefs, I'll tell you this. I don't think that, I wouldn't think that it is Unabi that fails, but I think the management would have failed Unabi. And I know you say why, but I'm telling you, if the management doesn't give Unabi what he wants, if the management doesn't provide Unabi with all the necessary equipment and the necessary things that he wants, if Nabi fails, we're not going to blame Nabi. We're going to blame Kaizer Chiefs. I'm telling you. I don't know what's going on here. I've got a rash or what. I just don't know. But something is here. Yeah. So if for instance, Nabi doesn't even improve Kaizer Chiefs, we're not going to blame him. You can't rely on Gaston Sereno and expect Gaston Sereno to do miracles, guys. It's not going to be possible. Guys, I've got a show that I will wish you guys you can support. Maybe I should have promoted my show earlier on, but I've got a show that you guys I will wish you can support. I will put my link in the video description, so please do support and click on the link itself and do support the channel. Speaking, oh look, with that being said, get into the comment section below. Tell me what you think about the fact that Nazaruddin Nabi is saying there are teams in the PSL that do not want to sell us players. Then he said that maybe a week ago, if not 2 weeks ago, boom, Captain Spurs is proving to be that team. Well, maybe I almost forgot about this one. I think with Stellenbosch is justifiable. I mean, come to think of it, they are playing in the PSL. I mean, look, they will be playing in international football, which makes a lot of sense. With them, I think it's understandable. We all understand. Though it would have been nice to see Pasadena joining a Kaizer Chiefs, but I mean, come to think of it, we all understand why they wouldn't sell the player. But talk to me about Captain Spurs. Why are they not selling the player? But now Kaizer Chiefs, man. Hey, Kaizer Chiefs, guys, is bad news. Kaizer Chiefs now is bad news. They have not convinced us that they have changed, because we look at some point Kaizer Chiefs was called Stingy Football Club. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't want to spend money. They want the results, but they don't want to spend money for them to get the results. And that has always been a problem about this club. They want everything, but they don't want to spend even a cent. With that being said, get into the comment section below. Again, I'm saying this for the second time. I'm looking forward to hear your thoughts, your opinion. I'm looking forward to interact with you. The best way I can know, you know what I'm saying, how to interact with you is get into the comment section below. Do you think that, look, my parting questions are as follows. What would you say if Kaizer Chiefs if Nabi was to fail at Kaizer Chiefs? Will you blame Coach Nabi? Will you say, Nabi failed? If Kaizer Chiefs doesn't sign in players, who will you blame? Are you going to be one of those supporters who say, yeah, Nabi fails, yeah, Nabi? What are you going to say? What are you going to say? I'm interested to hear that. How do you justify the decision by a Captain Spurs not to sign, not to release this player when Kaizer Chiefs came the second time with an improved offer? Like, how do you justify that? Well, get into the conversation below again, which is the last time I remind you. Tell me what you think about all of this.